competency.
Redefining air dominance in the 2025 paradigm.
An analysis of modern jet legends and the future of warfare.
As of 2025, the fabric of global military power is no longer woven merely with the steel of armored divisions.
It is architected from petabytes of fused, real-time data delivered from the contested edge.
The traditional paradigms of warfare, which prioritized kinetic superiority, speed, altitude, and maneuverability,
have been irrevocably subsumed by a new doctrine.
This modern era is defined by information dominance, situational awareness, and the seamless networking of distributed assets.
But the persistent, high-frequency hum of a cool war fought in the electromagnetic spectrum, in cyberspace,
and in the cognitive realms of decision makers.
In this sophisticated battle space, the ultimate sea,
Often before a conventional conflict has even been acknowledged.
This article presents a comprehensive, six-part analysis of this new paradigm, centered on the concept.
We move beyond simplistic Top Gun-style comparisons to dissect the technological, strategic, and economic
We will argue that the most advanced combat aircraft are no longer mere fighters.
They are data fusion-centric, networked nodes in a vast, multi-domain system of systems. Their primary function is not simply to destroy targets, but to gather, process, and disseminate intelligence at machine speed.
shaping the battlefield for all other assets, from satellites to ground troops.
Section 1 will set this stage, exploring the philosophical shift from platform-centric to network-centric warfare.
And the rise of joint all-domain command and control concepts.
We will examine how stealth technology is no longer a reorganization in itself.
Section 2 provides a deep, granular case study of the quintessential 2025 platform, the F-35A Lightning II.
Building upon its established reputation, we will analyze its sensor fusion capabilities.
The evolution of its Block 4 modernization.
And its role as the global benchmark for fifth-generation capability.
Section 3 introduces the strategic competitors.
Analyzing the divergent design philosophies and capabilities of Russia's Sukhoi Su-57 Felon and China's Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon.
Section 4 pivots to the immediate future, dissecting the nascent sixth-generation programs,
Such as the American Next Generation Air Dominance and the European/Japanese Global Combat Air Program,
which are already redefining the boundaries of automation, artificial intelligence, and manned-unmanned teaming. Exploring how advanced active electronically scanned array radars and sophisticated electronic warfare suites
Have become primary offensive and defensive weapons.
Finally, Section 6 concludes with a sober analysis of the staggering strategic implications.
The logistical, economic, and geopolitical realities of these jet legends.
We will examine the trillion-dollar life cycle costs, the complex global supply chains,
Access denied. and the profound way in which the sale or denial of these platforms.
The production of the Chimera fighter jet represents a quantum leap in aerospace engineering.
But how does the laser welding affect structural integrity?
The 20th century's conception of air superiority, codified in the crucible of 2 world wars and the sky. It was a doctrine championed by visionaries like John Boyd, whose ODA loop prized the physical agility of a platform.
The ability to turn tighter and faster, to climb higher, and to achieve a firing solution before the adversary.
For decades, the metrics of success were tangible: thrust-to-weight ratios, turn rates, and weapons load.
This philosophy culminated in the superlative 4th-generation fighters, like the F-15 Eagle.
An aircraft designed with one explicit purpose: to dominate the air-to-air arena through unmatched kinematic performance.
However, the dawn of the 21st century, punctuated by the proliferation of sophisticated integrated air defense systems
and long-range sensors, rendered this paradigm increasingly obsolete.
The tension for modern mission planners is no longer simply how to win the dogfight,
but how to penetrate a bubble of layered, multispectral sensors that can detect and engage conventional aircraft hundreds of miles away.
This challenge has catalyzed a profound doctrinal revolution, shifting the focus from platform-centric capabilities to network-centric warfare. As of 2025, the most potent air force is not necessarily the one with the fastest jets,
but the one that can most effectively share data, fuse sensor information, and protect its own networks while degrading the enemy's. This is the core premise of multi-domain operations and the technological frameworks designed to enable them, such as the...
In this model, every platform,
The jet legend of 2025, therefore, is valued less for its individual prowess and more for its ability to elevate the entire network.
Stealth, in this context, is not merely for surviving, but for permissive sensing,
allowing the platform to push deep into contested territory, to act as the forwardmost eyes and ears of the entire force.
Its most powerful weapon is not a missile, but its data link.
This shift is absolute.
That is actively managing inputs from dozens of allied platforms, presenting a single, unified tactical picture that is truth.
Allowing them to make command-level decisions from a tactical platform.
This transition from fighter pilot to airborne data manager is the single most significant evolution in aerial combat in the last 50 years.
This new doctrine also fundamentally redefines the kill chain.
In the past, the chain was linear and often platform-specific. A fighter detected a target, tracked it, and engaged it with its own weapons.
Today, the chain is disaggregated.
A stealthy F-35, for example, may use its passive sensors to detect a high-value target, but never turn on its own radar. Instead, it can use a secure, high-bandwidth data link to transmit that target's precise location to a B-21.
This quarterback capability, where the 5th-generation asset provides the eyes and the 4th-generation platform provides the muscle,
maximizes lethality, increases survivability for all assets, and creates a tactical problem for an adversary that is exponentially more complex
than simply defeating a single aircraft. It is a war of information, and the platform that processes the ODA loop fastest, not kinematically, but digitally, achieves dominance. This philosophy is the foundation upon which every jet legend of 2025 is built, evaluated, and deployed.
The modular design ensures rapid deployment and easy maintenance, even in the most demanding environments.
The Lockheed Martin F-35A Lightning II, the conventional takeoff and landing variant,
Designed for the U.S. Air Force and its global partners, stands as the definitive, if contentious, embodiment of 2025's air power doctrine. As of 2025, it has transcended its troubled development phase to become the most advanced and versatile multi-role fighter in mass production.
The F-35 represents a massive leap forward in aerospace engineering,
symbolizing the pinnacle of fifth-generation technology.
The F-35A is not merely an aircraft. It is a complete information hub,
whose primary design ethos was not kinematic performance, but the fusion of stealth, intelligence, and networking.
What sets it apart is its unparalleled situational awareness, which it then shares with every friendly asset in the battle space.
This capability to gather, process, and share real-time data grants pilots and commanders a decision-making capability.
One of the defining and most misunderstood characteristics of the F-35A is its stealth. Its design, the precise shaping, radar-absorbent materials, and internal-only weapons bays
is engineered to minimize its radar cross-section, primarily against high-frequency fire control radars. This very low observable status is not invisibility, but a cloak that drastically reduces detection ranges,
allowing the F-35A to penetrate defended airspace, gain lethal proximity, and act before an adversary even knows it is under threat.
This stealth is complemented by the most sophisticated sensor suite ever integrated into a fighter.
The AN/APG-81 active electronically scanned array radar is a quantum leap over its mechanical predecessors.
It can simultaneously conduct air-to-air search, air-to-ground mapping, and potent electronic warfare functions,
including high-gain jamming and data transmission, all while maintaining a low probability of intercept.
This AESA radar works in concert with two other revolutionary systems.
The first is the AN/AAQ-40 electro-optical targeting system, an internally mounted sensor
that provides long-range, passive infrared search and track, and laser designation, allowing the F-35A to identify.
The second is the AN/AAQ-37 distributed aperture system, a network of 6 infrared cameras embedded around the aircraft.
This data is stitched together and projected directly onto the pilot's helmet-mounted display,
which has eliminated the traditional heads-up display.
The pilot can, in effect, look through the floor of the aircraft and see a real-time IR image of the world below.
With all threats and friendly forces instantly identified and color-coded.
Powering this technological marvel is the Pratt & Whitney F-135 engine.
One of the most powerful fighter engines ever built, generating over 43,000 pounds of thrust.
This power grants the F-35A exceptional acceleration and energy, enabling it to reach speeds exceeding Mach 1.6.
And supercruise under certain conditions.
As of 2025, the F-35A fleet is in the midst of the Block 4 modernization program, a continuous series of software and hardware upgrades.
These enhancements are critical, expanding the jet's computational core processing power,
improving its EW capabilities, and integrating a new generation of munitions. Block 4 allows the F-35 to carry a broader array of weapons, such as the GBU-53/B Stormbreaker,
the long-range Joint Strike Missile for maritime targets, and new air-to-air missiles.
This ensures the platform remains technologically superior to emerging threats. Critically, the F-35A's true strength lies in its network-centric warfare capability.
It was designed from the ground up to be a quarterback.
It uses the stealthy, high-bandwidth, multifunction advanced data link to share its fused sensor picture with other F-35s,
creating a common God's eye view of the battle space for the entire formation.
It also translates and shares this data via the legacy Link 16 data link to fourth-generation aircraft, naval ships, and ground command centers, making the entire force more lethal and survivable.
For sustainment, the problematic Autonomic Logistics Information System has been replaced by the more advanced, cloud-native Operational Data Integrated Network.
ODIN streamlines diagnostics, maintenance scheduling, and supply chain management,
enhancing aircraft readiness and reducing operational costs.
With over a dozen allied air forces now operating the jet, the F-35A is not just a platform.
It is the cornerstone of 21st century Allied interoperability and the undisputed benchmark for air power in 2025.
Section 3, Advanced Tactical Simulation. Every component is pushed to the limit here.
We're still getting minor fluctuations in the targeting array during high G turns.
The F-35A's dominance, while significant, does not exist in a strategic vacuum.
The 2025 operational environment is a multipolar one, and the tension in the skies is amplified.
Principally China's Chengdu J-20, Mighty Dragon, and Russia's Sukhoi Su-57, Felon,
are not mere copies of Western design. You retreat state limits.
Instead, they represent distinct, asymmetric, and dangerous design philosophies tailored specifically to counter the F-35.
And the broader U.S. strategy of power projection.
China's J-20 Mighty Dragon is arguably the most formidable of these challengers. As of 2025, it is in serial production.
The J-20's design philosophy appears to be intrinsically tied to China's anti-access/area denial strategy in the Pacific.
It is a large, long-range, heavy fighter, visibly optimized for speed, range, and frontal aspect stealth.
Many Western analysts assess the J-20's primary role as a long-range interceptor or penetrator.
Its large internal weapons bays can carry long-range air-to-air missiles. Suggesting its mission is not to dogfight and to fight F-35.
Without ever having to engage in a 1v1 fight.
Its rapid development, particularly the long-awaited integration of the indigenous WS-15 engine for supercruise, makes it the most significant pacing threat.
Russia's Su-57 Felon presents a different and somewhat more enigmatic picture.
Plagued by developmental delays, sanctions, and limited production numbers, the Su-57 has not yet proliferated.
However, it reflects a unique Russian doctrine. The Su-57's design appears to prioritize exceptional maneuverability.
It does not prioritize all aspect stealth to the same degree as its U.S. counterparts.
High speed and a powerful multispectral sensor suite.
It's equipped with secondary L-band radars, theorized to aid in tracking VLO aircraft.
Furthermore, it fields a sophisticated directional IRST system, allowing it to hunt for targets passively.
The Russian concept seems to be that a dogfight is still relevant.
Tension is a battle of philosophies. Is the future of combat a beyond visual range data battle, or does it still
in an instance? These contenders, along with emerging 4.5 generation platforms like South Korea's.
This new design represents a quantum leap in aerospace engineering. The materials we're using allow for unprecedented speed and stealth capabilities.
Even as the fifth generation achieves frontline operational maturity in 2025, the shadow of the next generation already looms large.
If the 5th generation was defined by sensor fusion, the 6th generation is being.
This represents a paradigm shift as profound as the jet engine or stealth.
The future jet legend is not a single aircraft, but a family of interconnected platforms, both manned and autonomous. The most prominent of these initiatives is the United States Air Force's Next Generation Air Dominance Program.
NGAD includes a central, manned penetrating combat aircraft,
but which also heavily relies on attritable aircraft known as collaborative combat aircraft, or Loyal Wingmen.
The manned PCA will be the quarterback or command center.
It will fight as the shepherd of a flock of CCAs.
These CCAs can be tasked with a variety of roles, flying ahead to act as sensors, or
This system of systems approach is not a US monopoly.
The Future Combat Air System and the Global Combat Air Program
is centered on a new generation fighter and a new combat cloud data network.
The Global Combat Air Program represents a tri-national partnership, pooling resources to develop a 6th generation platform,
and places an enormous emphasis on open architecture and a digital twin design philosophy.
This means the aircraft is being designed, tested, and flown thousands of times in a hyper-realistic virtual environment,
allowing for incredibly rapid software-driven upgrades and integration of new technologies.
The future where artificial intelligence and human skill merge to create a combat power that will once again redefine the meaning of air dominance.
The Helios program represents a quantum leap in aerospace engineering. We're looking at capabilities previously thought impossible outside of simulation.
In the 2025 combat environment, the most decisive battles are increasing.
Victory may not go to the aircraft with the smallest radar cross-section, but to the one that can own the spectrum.
This involves seeing without being seen, and blinding the enemy's sensors while protecting one's own.
The jet legend of 2025 is as much an electronic warfare platform as it is a kinetic one.
The heart of this capability is the active electronically scanned array radar.
Unlike legacy mechanically scanned radars, an AESA radar is a flat, stationary array composed of thousands of tiny modules,
allowing the radar to perform multiple functions in multiple directions instantaneously.
This beam can be used to jam enemy radars with surgical precision, overload the sensors on an incoming missile,
or even backdoor into an enemy's data networks by injecting malicious code.
The AESA radar has transformed from a simple sensor into a potent multi-function weapon.
This offensive capability is matched by an equally sophisticated defensive suite.
This system is not a traditional radar warning receiver that simply beeps when painted by a radar.
It is a comprehensive 360-degree electromeasure suite that can detect.
The F-35's fusion engine instantly correlates this emitter data with its own radar and IRST tracks,
painting a picture of the battlefield that is not just what's there, but what is thinking about attacking me.
To highly advanced digital radio frequency memory jamming. DRFM technology allows the jet to record an enemy radar pulse,
digitally manipulate it, and play it back, creating multiple ghost targets.
This cat-and-mouse game in the spectrum is the true, high-stakes dogfight of the 21st century.
From the digital twin in the simulation room to the physical assembly on the factory floor, Every stage is meticulously optimized for performance.
A 2025 jet legend is far more than an engineering marvel. It is an instrument of national policy, a colossal economic engine,
and a logistical leviathan that binds nations together or drives them apart.
The tension in this realm is not just between rival air forces, but between the immense cost of capability and the political will to sustain it. This cost is not just a bug, it is a feature. It is a barrier to entry that few, if any, other nations can surmount. Furthermore, this trillion-dollar question has fundamentally reshaped alliances. The F-35 program is a global partnership.
They are buying into a 50-year ecosystem of shared logistics, training, and, most critically, interoperability.
Consequence. The F-35's secure multifunction advanced data link allows a U.S. F-35 to share its tactical.
Conversely, this tool can be used to isolate adversaries. The 2019 removal of Turkey.
The denial was not just punitive, it was a network denial action, preventing a strategic rival.
This nervous system is also a critical logistical challenge. A fifth-generation aircraft is a flying computer that generates terabytes of data.
The F-35's operational data integrated network is a cloud-native logistics backbone that manages the health, diagnostics, and supply chain.
This system enables predictive maintenance, analyzing component data to replace a part before it fails.
However, it also creates a dependency on a secure data network, which itself becomes a high-value target for cyber attack.
Ultimately, the 2025 F-35A Lightning II redefines modern strategic deterrence. It is not just a fighter.
It is a symbol of an industrial, technological, and allied system of systems so vast
that it aims to deter conflict, not them. Promising victory.
The integration of AI in the design process has drastically reduced production time, while enhancing capabilities.